Hi, my name is Megan Morrison, and for this year's banned book project, I am going to be talking to you about the book To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. If you haven't read this book, just a quick overview. It is about a young boy and his sister, Jem and Scout, and kind of their views as to everything else that goes on in this book. There is a huge trial that is the main part of the book, and their father, Atticus, is the lawyer in the trial. And so it's just kind of from their perspective. The trial itself is about a black man who was allegedly, supposedly raped a white woman. So that was the big controversy in the book. This book means a lot to me because it was one of the first books that I read that really discussed racism and rape in a very blunt way. When I first read the book in 8th grade, I couldn't believe that I was allowed to read it. It was a book that has the N word a lot in, and in 8th grade, it's like, whoa, can't believe that word's in here, and I'm reading it a lot. It was also the first book that I read that really addressed rape and harassment, and also racial segregation. I know that some people are probably like, well, why do you want to read that? Why is that important to you? But to me, it was interesting to read about these things that took place in the past because growing up, you're kind of like pushed away from it and it's not really a big thing to talk about. And we have to realize that it's things that happen in our country and they still happen today. So to read about that in 8th grade, it kind of opened up my eyes to other books and other reading material that I could read that kind of accentuated on rape and racial segregation and trials, unfair trials, those types of things. If I was ever prevented from reading this book, I'd be upset. Like, I've read this book 3, 4 times, and it's not a fairy tale. There's no glitter, there's no rainbows, it's not amazingly happy ending. There's no man who gets the girl. It's a very blunt book, and it talks about some dark things. What it does contain is truth and history that I think all students should be able to read and should have the right to read. We need to understand that these things have happened in the past and are happening now. And the more we read about it, the more that we question it, the more we understand about it, the less likely it will happen. The less people will get raped, the less segregation there will be. It's just one of those things that is like a gateway. The more you read about it, I believe the better our country could be. This book also personally piqued my reading interest. I like to read books about the past in story form. So if this book was prevented from me and I wasn't ever allowed to read it, I don't know if I would have the same interest in reading as I do now. But so that's why you guys should all read To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, and I hope that you all enjoy it. Thank you.